Religious sentiments are under strain. Yet again, at a national exam center, a fresh row has erupted over the NEET UG 2025 examination, this time from Kalaburgi in Karnataka, where a student was allegedly forced to remove his sacred thread before being allowed into the examination hall. Let's put that full frame, yeah. Reported from St. Mary's School triggered widespread outrage from the Brahmin community who accused the examination staff of religious insensitivity. A protest broke out outside the center with slogans raised and community leaders demanding action. The student's father, visibly distressed, said his son came out in tears after being told to take off his sacred thread. The student reportedly handed the thread to his father at the gate because the time was up. He had to go inside the examination hall, but the child was crying and shaken before going back in to sit for his test. Reports suggest that the staff enforced a rule that barred any religious symbol or symbols inside the examination hall. Many termed the move as an insult to the community's belief. The backlash has forced the Karnataka government to register a case against the officials who were involved in this. The Education Department has now issued new guidelines to prevent such incidents from recurring. But then this isn't an isolated case. Let's move to Tamil Nadu. In Tirupur, a NEET candidate was stopped because she had metallic buttons stitched on her kurta. Security staff, of course, helped her remove them. A female officer even had to buy her a new t-shirt so that she could sit for the exam. Another girl in Tirumangalam was reportedly asked to remove her nose pin. Ladies and gentlemen, I will ask the experts, but nose pin is something which is pan-Indian. What has happened? What has that got to do with security? We'll find out, of course. While the NTA's dress code aims to curb cheating, it is increasingly under fire for being enforced without empathy and at the cost of personal dignity and religious identity. This is not the first such controversy either. During the CET examination earlier, similar allegations or removal of the sacred thread had sparked anger. Brahmin organizations like the Akhila Karnataka Brahmana Mahasabha have condemned the latest incident and are now planning more protest. Even Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister had earlier weighed in, D.K. Shivakumar, saying it's one thing to check religious symbols, but quite another to force someone to remove it. Listen.
ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮಂಗಳಸೂತ್ರ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಜನವಾರ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಂಥದ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಹೇಳೋದು ಒಂದು, ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖವಾಡನೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರ ಮುಖವಾಡನೇ ಬೇರೆ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೆಲವು ಘಟನೆಗಳು ಈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ನ ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲವಿದೆ. ಅದು ಇದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಇದನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಈ ಧರ್ಮದ ಆಚರಣೆ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇದನ್ನ ಜನವಾರ ತೆಗೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಜನನೇ ಆಕ್ರೋಶವನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು, ಇದನ್ನ ಕೈ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
So where should the line be drawn exactly? Is the NEET dress code infringing on faith? Are religious sentiments being ignored in the name of security? Who knows? We'll find out. You know, when one goes in for a surgery, they remove every jewelry on you. But is this the same as this? Let's find out. Kapil Gupta, founder of neetprep.com, has joined us, and Raghavendra Kulkarni, who's advocate and former secretary, Akhil Karnataka Brahmana Mahasabha, has also joined us. Namaskara to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. Raghavendra Kulkarni sir, पहले मैं आपसे बात करना चाहती हूँ क्योंकि आप नमस्कार सर, जिस लड़के के साथ ये हुआ आप उसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. थोड़ा बताइए कि ये क्या हुआ और आप इन्हें क्यों सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज मैं एक चीज़ आपको ऐड करना चाहती हूँ. उन्होंने कहा है ये रूल्स जो है नीट का, दोज वेयरिंग आर्टिकल्स और ऑब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ फेथ should report at least 2 hours before the reporting time, so there is enough time for frisking. अब मुझे नहीं मालूम कि जनेवारा जो जनेऊ है, जो सेक्रेट थ्रेड है, ये भी इसमें इंक्लूडेड है कि नहीं. ताली जो हम लोग सब मैरिड विमेन पहनते हैं, वो भी इंक्लूडेड है कि नहीं. A lot of Bengali women wear what is called loha in their hand, which is a symbol of marriage. It may be encased in gold. उसको भी रिमूव करने को कहते हैं कि नहीं. बताइए राघवेंद्र कुलकर्णी जी, आपको क्यों लगता है कि जानबूझ के ये किया गया इस बच्चे के साथ?
नमस्ते मैडम, आई एम राघवेंद्र कुलकर्णी, एडवोकेट फ्रॉम गुलबर्गा, कर्नाटका. यहाँ जो स्टूडेंट है श्रीपाद पाटिल, उन्होंने जब नीट एग्जाम लिखने के लिए सेंटर के अंदर गया है, उस वक्त वहां के सिक्योरिटी चेक करने वाले थे अंदर, जो स्टाफ which were those who are deputed by the government, they said that this genuine should be removed, otherwise you are not allowed to sit for the examination. Similarly, he cried and he go to his father and he said the same, genuine should be removed. At the moment his father protested, you should not remove the genuine and you should bear the same, and you go and write the examination. As per the instruction which are given by his father, he again went to examination center and he again told to the staff, he will not remove that genuine. At that moment, more than 2 to 3 staff members, they have argued the same and they have threatened him. He will not allow to sit and write for the examination. Similarly, at the moment, the staff suggested him to remove the genuine. Immediately, the person who was very interested to sit for the examination, he has removed his genuine and he has handed over to his father. It is the shameful on his religious and it is a shameful on his dharma. So we are supporting him for this reason only, madam.
Gupta, welcome to the show. Long time. Good to have you on the show. Now, the things which are prohibited is heavy clothing, full sleeves shirts or kurtas, also slippers and sandals only with low heels, no boots, no shoes, also no geometry pencil box, plastic pouch, calculator, pen, scale, writing pad, pen drives, etc., etc., etc. Your opening comment on asking this person to remove his sacred thread, which is a religious symbol of a particular community.
Yes.
Also, this is not the first time, Kapil Gupta, even during CET exam, the same thing had happened. What is with this? Asking a girl in Tamil Nadu to remove her nose pin? I can understand metallic buttons, maybe there is suspicion ki why someone wearing a kurta with so many buttons, but what is with this? Paranoia? Bias? What?
No, I think it is more of paranoia. Please understand what is going on. First of all, I'm not defending any of the actions of NTA, but please take it with the right perspective. The perspective is exam was conducted in more than 5,200 locations across the country. Assume 4 to 5 invigilators everywhere. So you have to train 22,000 people to make sure a particular protocol is followed. There is a chore police game going on between people who want to use unfair means to get better, or they are actually selling that access kind of thing in the examination center. And on the other side, there are agencies like NTA who are trying to make sure that the exam is conducted in a proper manner. Now, whatever you just described as items which were barred the inside the examination hall, obviously all the articles of faith cannot be listed there. So someone is using a local judgment in terms of what he thinks would be allowed, what he thinks might not be allowed, and that is where this problem happens. So I would frankly say, humbly to Advocate Kulkarni, I think they're at fault, but they should be given some amount of tolerance, because these people are also under tremendous pressure. They are under a lot of spotlight, and it is not easy what they do with so much pressure and so much media spotlight on it. NEET is a high ticket exam. There was a lot of noise about it last year, and people can do stupid things, and we should leave it at that.
Kapil Gupta, in large parts of this country, particularly in the south, this community, I'm not siding up with anyone, But for this community, the Upanayana ceremony, where you initiate a boy child into what is called a sacred thread ceremony, is very, very sacred. The men do not remove the sacred thread until they leave the earth. They change the threads, but they don't. I am not supporting, but I know this. It's
No,
not
I'm
that.
also not supporting.
Yeah.
No. I'm also not supporting. I'm
Yeah.
very, very clear. I'm just saying, think about organization like NTA who's passing on the instructions and training people, and they have a huge amount of hierarchy in terms of someone manages the city, then he's reporting to some zones, etc. So I'm saying these kind of incidents will happen when there are so many people
Yeah,
who
but they
have
are
been.
locals, right? Raghavendra Kulkarni, they are locals, right? The one who are frisking you, they are Kannadigas. No, they have not come from some Timbuktu. They are Kannadigas.
No. He is from this Karnataka only.
Then,
He is the native. Yes, he is the native of Karnataka only. Just he is from Bidar and he wanted to sit for the examination in Gulbarga district.
no,
This is the
sir.
only thing. And moreover, this type of removing of Geneva, this was already did by this government more than 2 to 3 times in Bangalore and in Mangalore and in Hubli. This was already there were a offense which was committed by the government. And there are two already FIR has been lodged against these institutions and the staff.
All right, Mr. Kulkarni, why don't you give them the benefit of doubt? You are an advocate, right? I mean, you are the former secretary of Akhil Karnataka Brahmana Mahasabha. I understand that. I know that it can be, if my child went through it, I would be hurt. Someone else's child, removed the bangle, I would be hurt. But the point is, why don't you give the person the benefit of doubt and say, he did not know, it is okay, you apologize, and it's all right, let the exam happen. Why make it into this big government versus community kind of a fight, Mr. Kulkarni?
This is the first time, madam, in Karnataka. This was already more than 3 to 4 times. The same thing, it was happened only to the government. Those who are wearing this Genevas, only Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishya. This is the symbol of the Hindu Dharma, more particularly for when the person who wears the Upanayana and Samskara without the Geneva, he will not able to do the Vedikas. This is the most sincere and talent, and it is the symbol of our Geneva. The government which is headed by our this Congress always targeting the.
No, sir, that is not right, sir. I would request, please listen to what D.K. Shivakumar, I am going to play out that bite. Just hear this. It's in Kannada, sir. Just hear this. Let's play that bite out of DK's.
ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮಂಗಳಸೂತ್ರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಜನವಾರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಂಥದ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗಿಯಂಥದ್ದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಹೇಳೋದು ಒಂದು, ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖವಾಡನೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರ ಮುಖವಾಡನೇ ಬೇರೆ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೆಲವು ಘಟನೆಗಳು ಈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ನ ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲವಿದೆ. ಇದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಇದನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಈ ಧರ್ಮದ ಆಚರಣೆ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇದನ್ನ ಜನವಾರ ತೆಗೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಜನನೇ ಆಕ್ರೋಶವನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು, ಇದನ್ನ ಕೈ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
So there you heard it. He is not supporting it. He is the deputy chief minister.
Yes, I welcome the words of our DCM of Karnataka. I seen this already. But then also the government officials saying that they are doing the same.
Yeah, that is what is the point, that they are doing the same. Now, Kapil Gupta, who actually trains students of NEET, he knows how these students work. Last year, he was on a lot of panels because, we saw the way cheating was going on and NTA, whatever they did. He's trying to say that maybe it was just a mistake. They just wanted to be doubly sure that nothing like this happens, and therefore it was done. I mean, there is no other actually deliberate attempt to hurt a particular community. Kapil Gupta, do you think?
Yes, exactly.
Wait, I'll come back to you. Kapil Gupta, I want to ask you, Kapil, that is it a fallout? We become more paranoid and neurotic because of our past, just because of all the cheating which took place and the chore police, like you said, which took place last year, of trying to trace them in Bihar and trying to find out where they actually, they checked into a small hotel, overnight stayed there, and how the papers were leaked, etc., etc. This seems to be a kind of a paranoia. But Kapil Gupta, there is a limit also, right? I mean, they must have a dossier. I'm sure students must ask you, sir, can we take this ruler inside? Sir, calculator? Sir, can we take this pen? Because I have been a child and we asked our class teacher until she asked us to get out of the class. So, Kapil Gupta, over to you. Tell us.
No, I agree. I would tell you this: it is definitely not easy on the student and his parents. When the student would have been asked to do this, it would have been extremely difficult for him. He is already under a lot of pressure, and then when something like this happens, at an individual level, absolutely, it is unfair. What I'm trying to say is, for people, and I don't know the local thing that is going on, right? Which Advocate Kulkarni would know better. But I'm only trying to say I would not want to be in the shoes of the person who's standing there uh, performing all the duties which have been given by NTA as per the protocol to him. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not trying to condone it. I'm not saying that it is okay. I'm just saying it seems to me more of a training issue rather than something which is deliberate. But I don't know enough to be able to say what exactly was going on.
If you, I'll just tell you, I mean, I'm not forcing you to really react, but then imagine a girl child in Tamil Nadu, ladies and gentlemen, was asked to remove her nose pin. Now, I don't understand this at all. I mean,
There have been cases, Sudha, in past years where once a girl was asked to remove her undergarments as well, right? So it is not easy, and in that case, it happened in 2022. A student, they were so distraught that they were not able to write the exam at that time. They were provided an opportunity to write the exam again. So please understand, there are too many people who are trying to manage things, trying to manage a big crowd. 22.5 lakh students wrote NEET exam this year.
right.
Uh, so I'm just saying, yes, something happened which was not right, but do understand it is a large scale activity which is going on, and it cannot go perfect to the point at every place amongst all these 5,200 plus centers. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying what happened was right.
Right. Mr. Kulkarni, how do you think this can be done better, sir? What are the methods that you suggest that it could, whether it is a Brahmin child, whether it's a different child, how is it that this frisking can be better for them?
Madam, as per our Indian democracy, as per Article of 25, every person, every citizen of India, they have a right to their celebrate their religious. But it is our request before the government. It should not be happen to any religion or any caste. If the student abused or insulted by any staff during the period of examination, he will be unable to write the exam. So it's our humble request to the government just to depute the trained
Court.
persons for
Sir, have
conducting
you
of the
gone,
exam.
Mr. Kulkarni, have you gone to the High Court in this issue?
No, madam, we have lodged the complaint before the Station Bazaar police station of yesterday night. The complaint has been already registered, and the accused by name Sharan Gowda and Ganesh, they have taken the custody for yesterday night at 11 o'clock only.
But let me tell
And tomorrow we are
let me
going
tell
to
you,
file the writ.
Mr. Kulkarni, and also the audiences, that the Akhila Karnataka Brahmin Mahasabha has gone to High Court over the Janivara removal, and it's, they have approached the High Court to see what
Yes.
can be done in this regard. So it's become a big issue. It's become the issue of religious expression, freedom of expression. It's very much similar to wearing a hijab and going inside an examination center. They were barred. Some people had said good, some people said bad. That's the same thing which is happening with sacred thread. You ask my personal opinion, I think they went a bit overboard. Unless the sacred thread is a very, very big, I mean, I can wear a thread around my wrist. We do in the south. When we pray, we wear a thread. Now, everything has to be removed, then you tell us very clearly I will not come with anything. There is no limit to this. I think you need to have a very clear SOP in this matter, you know, so that the children are not inconvenienced. Imagine the child goes inside, comes back, goes crying back. Why give the child, already the child has to sit for an examination. That's make it easy for them because they are sitting for one of the most important examinations.